Ethiopian boy called cursed for blue eyes becomes one of 88 most beautiful on earth. Your support absolutely lights up my day. Before we jump into today's incredible story, would you mind hitting that subscribe button? It helps me share more heartwarming tales with our amazing community. Here's my promise. I personally respond to every comment because connecting with you means everything to me. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. I love meeting each of you. Ready for this extraordinary journey together? The children's laughter cut through the Ethiopian air like broken glass, each cruel giggle slicing deeper into the boy's heart. Aboch pressed his small hands against his ears, but the sound had already burrowed beneath his skin, settling into that familiar hollow space where all the hurt lived. His eyes, those impossible sapphire pools that caught light like captured sky, squeezed shut against the world that saw him as wrong, cursed, broken. 2 years would pass before the world understood what they had been so blind to see. In the highlands of southern Ethiopia, where red earth meets endless horizon, a secret walked among the humble dwellings of Jinka. The boy carried it in his gaze, eyes so startlingly blue they seemed to hold fragments of heaven itself. Photographers would later travel continents to capture what nature had painted in his irises, those rare sapphire gems that would earn him recognition as one of only 88 people on Earth blessed with the most beautiful eyes ever documented. But Abuch, small and tender-hearted, knew nothing of such distinctions. He knew only the sting of isolation, the weight of stares, the crushing loneliness that followed him like his own shadow. When the photographer from Cape Town first laid eyes on the boy, his breath caught in his throat. "I had never witnessed blue eyes like his in my entire life," he would whisper later, his voice tinged with reverence. Two miniature planets floating in space, paired with the gentlest, most innocent face imaginable. The condition that painted Abouch's world in impossible colors had a name: Waardenburg syndrome. Born from a whisper-quiet mutation in his melanin genes, this rare genetic signature touched only one precious soul in every 40,000 births. When baby Abuch first opened those celestial eyes, his parents had gasped in horror, terror flooding their hearts as they became convinced their son had entered the world blind. The brilliant blue seemed unnatural, impossible. Surely no human child could see through eyes that blazed like captured lightning. Poverty wrapped around their family like chains, preventing any journey to distant doctors or medical answers. They could only hold their mysterious child close, whispering prayers into the darkness, wondering what fate had written in those azure depths. Else, too. When Leifer found him, the boy sat cross-legged on a worn mat, methodically eating injera, that spongy, fermented bread that serves as both plate and sustenance in Ethiopian tradition. Various vegetarian delights dotted the bread's surface like colorful jewels. Abuch seemed lost in his own peaceful world, unbothered by the foreign eyes studying him. Occasionally, those magnificent sapphire orbs would lift from his plate, catching the photographer's gaze like lightning illuminating storm clouds. "How old are you, son?" Laffer asked gently, his camera temporarily forgotten. "Almost 14, came the soft reply, clear as mountain water. "And what dreams fill your heart? What do you want to become when you're grown?" "A doctor." No hesitation colored the response, just quiet certainty. "Have you ever considered modeling, with eyes like yours?" Abouch's answer carried the weight of experience far beyond his tender years, touched with gentle sarcasm that brought unexpected laughter. "I don't really know what fashion models do, but I suppose it might be interesting." Then came the truth that would shatter any observer's heart. "When I came into this world, my parents believed I was cursed with blindness." His voice grew quieter, each word heavy with remembered pain. "When people discovered I could see perfectly, some called me cursed anyway. The children in my village turned their backs on me, refusing to play, refusing to be my friend." The silence stretched like a held breath before he continued. "They would taunt me, telling me to fix my broken eyes. The loneliness became unbearable, so I ran away from home and lived on the harsh streets where I fought constantly just to survive." With trembling fingers, he traced a faint scar near his right eye, a permanent reminder of those dark, desperate days when survival meant violence and every dawn brought fresh uncertainty. But everything changed. His voice brightened like sunrise breaking through storm clouds. When foreign visitors began asking to photograph these eyes, I didn't understand at first. But when I started earning money, when I could help my family, everything shifted. Even the locals began to see me differently. At that magical moment, fate intervened. The photographer's phone buzzed with an article that would change everything. The 88 most beautiful eyes on Earth. And there, gracing the cover like a revelation, was Abouch's unforgettable face. "Did you know," the photographer exclaimed, excitement barely contained in his voice, "that out of 8 billion people walking this planet, you possess some of the most beautiful eyes in existence?" Watching Abouch's expression transform was like witnessing a miracle unfold in real time. Those stunning sapphires began to sparkle like sunlight dancing on water, wonder and disbelief painting themselves across his features. "I can't believe it," he whispered. 8 million people? No, dear boy. 8 billion. 8,000 million souls, and yours shine the brightest." Joy bloomed across his face like flowers opening to dawn. "How much is 8 billion?" he asked with innocent wonder. When the magnitude finally hit him, emotion flushed his cheeks deep crimson. "It can't be real. I swear by Mother Mary, this cannot be happening." The room pulsed with infectious excitement, hearts swelling with the beauty of this incredible discovery. Their translator, Nibi, then revealed another tender secret. Abouch means small boy in Amharic. Most people call him by this nickname, but his true name is Melikamu, the good one in our language. "Melikamu," the photographer repeated with reverence. When the boy lifted those celestial eyes and nodded with a gentle smile, it felt like receiving a blessing from an angel. Recent visits from other photographers and content creators have allowed Melikamu, now 14, to share his story again, each telling resonating with hard-won wisdom. The pain remains real in his voice when he speaks of those early years. The assumptions of blindness, the branding as cursed, the village children who wouldn't meet his gaze, the desperate flight to streets where survival meant constant fighting. But understanding illuminates his journey. Waardenburg syndrome, that rare genetic condition affecting pigmentation throughout the body, creates living masterpieces. Hair, skin, and most dramatically the eyes transform under its artistic influence. Some blessed with this condition develop the most striking pale blue eyes, while others display mesmerizing combinations. Perhaps one blue eye paired with one brown, creating an otherworldly appearance that seems touched by starlight itself. The syndrome manifests differently in each person, creating unique works of art even within the same family. 4 distinct types exist, each painting its own characteristics across the human canvas. Type 1 typically features widely set eyes that seem to hold infinite wisdom. Type 2 carries higher risks of hearing challenges while creating equally stunning visual effects. Type 3 affects limb development alongside characteristic pigmentation changes, while Type 4 combines Waardenburg's traits with additional complications. Affecting roughly 1 in 40,000 births, this syndrome accounts for a small percentage of all congenital hearing loss cases, making each affected individual incredibly precious. The rarest types create bearers who are even more exceptional, nature's chosen few, marked by beauty that defies conventional understanding. Since researcher P.J. Waardenburg first documented this condition, over 1,400 cases have been lovingly recorded in medical literature, each representing a unique human story of resilience and extraordinary beauty. The syndrome affects males and females equally, proving that nature's artistry knows no boundaries when creating these living masterpieces. Today, Melikamu stands as living proof that what makes us different often makes us extraordinary. His journey from rejection to recognition, from tears to triumph, illuminates a profound truth. Our perceived flaws might actually be our greatest gifts, waiting for the world to develop eyes clear enough to see them properly. Those brilliant blue eyes that once brought him such pain now illuminate the world with hope, transforming not only how others see beauty, but how a young boy from the highlands of Ethiopia learned to see himself, not as cursed or broken, but as blessed beyond measure, carrying heaven's own light in his gaze.